Here's a quick little view of the backyard, and it is coming to the later part of mid-August right now, but things are looking pretty good. You can see my walkway here. I've retooled it a little bit in the backyard just so it meanders and it's not really a straight line anymore. And see a lot of things still looking good in the garden. This is a honeysuckle variety. We have a little meadow here that I'm growing with Carex pennsylvanica. We have some work going on here still, a to-do, which is we made the patio a little bit shorter so that it allowed us for this garden space, and we just have to finish putting some bricks back and leveling everything. But that's basically my office, this door, and my view, other than this handsome boy, Frank, hi Frank, say hello, is this from my office window, which is not a bad view, especially with a Frank. So we have a katsura over here that it's basically been planted in the garden for a year now. This is red fox, or Rotfuchs in German. This is one of the Joe Pye weed versions. It's sort of the smaller version. I forget the name of it, but it's having a lot of bee action right now. Very popular. Very popular for sure. And this is going on to year 3. No, actually it's going on to this is the second year, Lady of Shalott Rose. So I'm about 5'9", and it's quite a bit taller than me, so I think it's about 6 feet tall. Beautiful blooms, all different shades of color. Gorgeous. It's a real performer in the garden. I do fertilize once a week when I start seeing quite a bit of growth, like foliar leaf growth. In the start of the spring, I start fertilizing it every week basically from then on. We have a regular size Joe Pye weed, which also has about the same amount of action. I don't have it staked up right now, but there's a lot happening there. At the back, I also have I believe it's called a poppy mallow. They get pretty tall and they also attract a ton of pollinators, but I think I'm going to deadhead those flowers. They are starting to look a little bit spent. I have another katsura here. This is Hannah's Heart. It doesn't get too tall or too wide, but just enough to fill in a space in the garden. Spirea ogon here. I do have an elderberry, black lace elderberry here in the back that I just moved this year. So I'll show you if I don't spin around too fast. My plan is over time, I'm just walking back down the path here, but when I turn around, you'll see the Spirea ogon. And what I'm planning on doing is that elderberry will fill in this whole area right here. So I like a lot of color variety and drama, so that'll give it a bit of drama here in the back. I also have a heptacodium. This is Temple of Bloom. It's a cultivar basically of the straight species. It is all budded up right now with flower heads, and it will bloom shortly. But what's even nicer about it is after it blooms, it has these red calyxes that basically look like flowers all over it, and it's pretty awesome. So I'll try to get a video of it in all its variations. I bought it as a small shrub, and I've actually moved it. I changed my mind and I've moved it about twice over the last 3 years. So I think it's in its final place now, and so next year I'm expecting it should grow another foot or two. It will start to grow a little bit faster, but it's beautiful. Another Joe Pye weed I have in the back, you could tell I like the plant, and I mean, I like anything that the bees really enjoy. This one here I Chelsea chopped, so the blooms are actually smaller, but they don't droop as much as the variety that I showed you previously. I have a few flowers that, or a few roses that are not in bloom at the moment. They're first year, so they're rebloomers. This one here is Crown Princess Margarita, and this one over here is Rolled Doll. They're both supposed to be pretty good performers, but with these types of rose varieties, they do repeat blooming, so they don't bloom continuously. They bloom sort of like, they do little cycles of blooms, and then they stop and they gain more energy, and then they will produce more blooms. But I don't see that many buds right now. But Lady of Shalott, I would say she's actually, for me, almost a continuous bloomer here in the garden. I won't show everything right now, but I just wanted to show a bit of a vista. It's not that tidy over here, but you can sort of look through and see part of what would be sort of like our parterre garden, like sort of our food garden, but also flowers. And still have a few clematis blooming, but they're not as spectacular. Their first bloom is always the prettiest, and then the flowers look less interesting when they rebloom. So there you have it, a little bit of the backyard. I just wanted to do a shorter video, and yeah, we just picked actually this tall tree here. It's probably about, I don't know, 14 feet tall or so at this point. It's a peach tree actually, bought from Green Barn Door, which is outside of Montreal. We harvested, this is its 3rd year. We grew it from a little whip. It was literally a branch a little bit bigger than this, and it grew so fast, and we've been able to make jam and have extra peaches as well, and they're delicious. It's called the Tiffany Rose, in case you're in the area. And this is a summer fun dogwood. It's getting a little bit of scorch just from the hot summer. I don't think it's any kind of fungal issue, but it's a smaller understory tree to this Miss Tiffany Rose here. And yeah, one last thing I'll just mention is special shout out to our Limelight hydrangea standard tree. I moved her again this year. She's actually moved 3 or 4 times. Like, it's hard for me to make decisions that are lasting sometimes, especially in the garden, but is starting to really bloom. She didn't really mind being moved so much. Her blooms are a little bit smaller. I do quite a hard chop back in the spring, but basically this is the view, or partial view, from my office. Not so bad. So hope you liked this video, and I will plan on trying to create a few more shorter videos. What happens though is I get carried away and I keep talking, so apologies. Hopefully you found something that was interesting in the video, and hopefully you get out in your garden and enjoy it and the nature it attracts as well. So thanks for watching. Take care.